You've got training facilities, you've got bed, and don't think about anything else. But to go there, before you have to go there, you have to be ready to put your muscles on this big stress. That's what you need to prepare at least 3-4 weeks to be ready for this exercise. First step, preparation for hard work, then hard work in the gym in Canberra. Then we're coming back to Sydney and doing sparring sessions for about 5-6 weeks, and then go to place a venue for 2 weeks and ready. Stages, all stages. I know what exactly needs to be done. When I hit the back, I'm not thinking it's correctly or not. I know it's correct. If you throw in the punch now, what I'm doing now, I'm correcting myself. I know that 1 mil of up and down the elbow is make a very different. 1 millimeter, it's very little small thing, but for me it's plenty. And now what I'm doing now, I'm preparing. Still, I'm preparing for this fast. Then I will not even thinking how I'm throwing the punches. They will 100% correctly. Same thing with the reflection. Defense. You know exactly when 25 years in boxing, you know, your mind you know that it's like computer. You're reminding your computer what needs to be done and what exactly, in which level you are now.
Between Kostya and the title shot lay 3 elimination bouts against formidable opponents. In 1998, he fought and won all 3 by knockout. At last, he was ready for his tilt at that elusive title, the vacant WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the world.
We went to America, to Las Vegas, to fight against Gonzalez, but when we already been in a hotel 2 weeks prior to the fight, I've been told that Gonzalez had the rib injury and he's not fighting. Fight need to be postponed. I said, it's crazy, I'm already in the States. I'm prepared hard. It was lots of negotiation. We had, I think, 8-9 months talking with the promoter, with Don King, to negotiate how it needs to be done, everything. And now we're saying it's postponed. I don't want to postpone, I'm already here. Look for any opponent. The first highest available contender was Hotada. He was a very dangerous fighter. First of all, he's from Cuba. The guy's got the good boxing skills, good technique.
Well, it was a difficult fight for Costa because he'd been preparing for Miguel Angel Gonzalez, the tough Mexican. And any fighter who's preparing for one fighter, they train a certain way, they get certain sparring. So for Costa to have that fight change, probably only 10 days to 2 weeks before the fight, that's very difficult itself. The fighter totally upsets their rhythm and their planning. So he had to fight now Diablo Hurtado, who was a very good Cuban amateur, had a very good amateur record.
My amateur experience, when you're fighting, you don't know who you fight. When you come to competition, you don't know who you're fighting. It's helped me to just change my style so quickly, change my preparation so quickly that when I step in the ring, I was really focused. Not for Gonzalez, which from Gonzalez will disappear from my mind completely. It was Hurtado, and I knew exactly what they're gonna do.
We had a desire that was second to none, and I didn't think it mattered who was in the other corner. We were going to turn them backwards.
And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Interim Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, white, and blue, weighing 139 1/4 pounds. He has a professional record of 28 victories, 19 by knockout, with only 1 defeat. He's a native of Cuba who now fights out of Miami, Florida for Team Freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 5 in the world, introducing the Obladatelj Hurtado. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and weighing 139 pounds. As a professional, he has a record of 21 victories, 17 by knockout with only 1 loss and 1 draw. Originally from Serov, Russia, he now fights out of Sydney, Australia, ranked number 2 in the world. Presenting the former junior welterweight world champion, Kostya Czyu.
Just to clarify what Michael Buffer said in the introductions there, the winner of this fight will be deemed an interim 140-pound champion by the governing body whose title is at stake, the WBC. They've mandated that whoever wins must fight Miguel Angel Gonzalez in the spring when Gonzalez recovers from his ribcage injury and is presumably going to be healthy enough to fight. Round 1 begins with the pattern you might expect, which is Kostya Czyu coming forward, trying to drive Hurtado back.
Which is basically his best option, Jim, because Hurtado is so much taller than he is.
Well, the short, stocky guy has to always chase down the tall, thin, fast guy.
Hurtado was not regarded as a power puncher coming into the Whitaker. Czzyu's a power puncher, and there's the first knockdown of the bout.
He was nearly on the floor that when I could hit him another couple of times, it would be over. But something stopped me to hit him when he was even able to hit him, and everything was okay, would be okay, but because he was already on a knee, and I just stopped. And then excitement, overexcitement come to the mind and pushed you to make a mistake.
Oh, down goes Czyu.
2 knockdowns in the first minute 6 seconds of the bout.
Czyu got careless and walked right in on a punch.
Came in to finish him and walked right into a punch. Give Hurtado a lot of credit because he was seriously hurt when he went down.
But this is the fight that Czyu wants. Czyu wants to trade punches because he's the stronger of the 2 fighters.
But Hurtado has already caught Czyu square on the left eye, or the right eye, and Czzyu's right eye is swelling as he goes down for the second time.
I think Kostya got maybe a little bit carried away, and there was a slip involved there, and he went down. But even though he was down on the canvas, I don't think Kostya was hurt, and he really bounced straight back up. And I think he realised that Hurtado did have some ability.
2 more power punches land for Hurtado. Czyu lands one of his own and tries to follow up. We expected Hurtado to try to box, but so far this is a war.
I don't understand why Hurtado is fighting this type of a fight.
Well, one reason, Roy, is it's an 18-foot ring, which looks even smaller.
We thought the ring, with its small dimensions, would create an advantage for Czyu. But it's Hurtado who scored 2 knockdowns in the first round after Czyu started things off by knocking Hurtado down with his first power punch land. And Hurtado gets belted in the mouth as round 1 comes to a close. What a tumultuous opening frame.
Really wasn't that concerned. I knew it was a slip. I think a lot of people thought it was a knockdown, and the second one was, I think it was more brought on by the fact that the old beware of the wounded tiger sort of thing, and we did go in a little bit too quickly and went for the big one ourselves rather than make it happen again. We ran into one, and it certainly was a punch. Went down, and Kostya looked over, and it was wink, no problems. And from there on in, it was I wasn't too concerned at all.
No chances, Kostya. No chances at all, mate. Just be intelligent.
I do remember that I was come to the corner right, but the Hurtado didn't know where to go. He was, because he was wobbled, he was really shaky, and his legs was completely gone. And I thought I was really pleased with performance in the first round. As I said, the idea was just relaxed. After that, even I had really good bump on my eye, and but again, I'm relaxed and start thinking, that you can fight without just with your fist, or you can fight with your brain.
Kostya Tszyu, badly swollen under the right eye, but not yet affecting his vision as he drives forward and looks to land power shots.
I do believe that Costa is a great thinker, and I do try to remind him that to do that. I think that he has the ability to turn a fight into a game of chess, and I do think that he has been blessed with a great mental power as well, and I think that's more important than the physical power that he's got. And I do believe he has the ability to think a fight properly, and just remind him of such to do that.
Straight right hand lands up the middle for Tszyu. Hurtado seems to have found his balance now midway through round 3 and is taking Tszyu's power shots with a little bit more self-assurance.
Is Hurtado making a mistake but not trying to exploit the right eye of Tszyu, Roy?
Yeah, he's making a mistake because the longer this fight goes, the better it is for Tszyu.
Good left hook for Hurtado. He's able to counter after Tszyu's power shots. Tszyu's so confident of his power that he doesn't bring his hands back up after he lands.
No, he doesn't. He leaves his head right there in one spot.
It's one of, I think, Costa's more exciting fights, the way that they stood toe-to-toe and traded punches, and Hurtado was on the canvas and then Costa was on the canvas, and I just think that Costa was going in there trying to finish him off, but it just showed what a good fighter Hurtado was.
And we're seeing a surprise in how this fight is going, an action fight. Nobody could be sure that's what we would get.
Hurtado just doesn't seem strong on his legs, you know. He always seems to be partially off balance or something.
Boy, Kostya Tszyu landed a crushing body shot in that exchange.
But he's still so straight up, Jim. He's always easily hitting back.
Hurtado just not firing back with nearly the same mustard now. I think the body shots have taken away the snap in Hurtado's punches.
I always like to see Costa go to the body. I think that he's a lethal body puncher. Sometimes I don't think he throws enough to the body, but once he gets a few good ones in, well, the hands will come down and then he'll do the job over the top or whatever, or he can sink them with body shots.
CompuBox numbers in round 4, the first serious differential in punch output as Tszyu threw 66 punches and a slowing Hurtado threw only 49 in the 4th round. If Hurtado begins to fade, Kostya Tszyu will try to simply pile drive through him.
If Hurtado had thrown a powerful hook just then, he would knock Costa out because Costa was just standing straight up in front of him.
I don't think he has a powerful hook left, although he lands an uppercut there that drives Costa back.
I thought the inevitable was going to happen, and it was just a matter of when. We were very confident, particularly, as I say, after 2 or 3 rounds, we knew that it was our fight, but you still couldn't make a mistake against, because Hurtado is a very good fighter.
Tszyu is very strong with the left hook to the body and the right up top, straight right hand. Tries to drive it through Hurtado's guard there. Hurtado trying to counter again.
Tszyu should keep going to the body more, though.
Yeah, I agree. He's most effective when he sets everything up with that powerful left hook to the body.
And his opponent is looking very weak now anyway. The body shots will keep him looking weak.
Trickle of blood from the nose of Hurtado as Kostya Tszyu just stalks and whacks away.
You can see in this round why Tszyu was so highly regarded before he lost to Vince Phillips.
Oh, good body shot.
That's when he hurts you. That's when he hurts you right there.
You should keep going to the body.
There you go.
Punch to the head you can recover. You can recover from. To the body, it's really difficult. If you've never been hit to the body, to the liver, it's look like, I don't know, it's pain go everywhere, or to the legs, to the head, to the heart. You just, all your toughness disappear. You can't do anything. You want to breathe, you can't breathe, and it's very, very painful. And that's when I hit him in the left first. When he get up, I knew just a matter of time when he's gonna be retrieve another same place, and he will go on.
This has been a very punishing fifth round for Hurtado at the hands of Kostya Czyu. Another knockdown, again on the left hook to the body. And that's it.
A brave fight for Hurtado. An outstanding performance by Kostya Czyu.
You just cannot describe the feeling of relief that, yes, everything you've done, hours and hours and hours preparation, it's worth it. And in order to be on the top of the mountain, just climb for a long, long time, and just you're there and just, I'm here, it's beautiful.
The winner, and now WBC interim super lightweight world title holder, Kostya Czyu.
When Costa was beaten by Vince Phillips, we didn't know whether we were going to go on with it. We didn't know what was best for Costa, what was the best decision to make. But he made the decision that he wanted to go on, and you still had a lot of doubts whether he could come back from that hiding. And I think to win the first fight back was a great achievement, to come back from a loss like the way he did. And he did it with apparent ease, and it was a marvellous thing to experience firsthand, the way that he went about it. And I still say to this day that it was all the wisdom that he captured from the loss.
Your eye began to puff up in the very first minute of the first round. Were you aware of it and aware of the danger of it?
It's a scratch, and I'm the man, I'm the boxer. I don't care about this kind of thing. Oh, look good right now. And to be world champion without scratch is probably not fair. And I'm very proud to back home with a belt with a little bit of scratching and.
So you're saying that mouse under your eye is a badge of honor.
Oh, it's an enjoyable part of being world champion.
Three WBC challengers threw themselves at the Kostya Citadel in quest of the crown. All three were defeated by knockout. The next prize on his odyssey was the WBA title held by Shamba Mitchell.
This is going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be Kostya Czyu against Shamba Mitchell for the unification of the 140-pound title. It proves to be an exciting fight. I believe you're going to enjoy it. And I think that Shamba Mitchell is going to have to really get out there and fight the angles in order to get away from that awesome power of Kostya Czyu.
You know, many boxers around the world just dreaming to become world champion. For them, it's a dream. When you're already world champion and fighting for some time as a champion, you need to get little extra motivation for yourself. And that's what next motivation for me was, try to become a disputed champion.
Mitchell retained his title in a
Mitchell, a brash boxer who sprang from the mean streets of Washington, D.C., had done his homework. Fearing the punching power of the Russian-Australian, he hired a heavyweight middleweight sparring partner to prepare for the fight.
He's a good boxer. I think he's one of the best I fought. Technically, strategically, tactically, he's a good, strong boxer. But one problem, he's got big mouth, and that will never help him.
I always think that someone that tries to intimidate you is virtually doing it because they can be intimidated themselves. And I saw a very nervous Shamba Mitchell at the press conference, the weigh-in, and he certainly talked the talk. And our bloke, he handled it like a true boxer, true fighter. He just he said the things he had to say, no more, no less. And I think that Now, leading up to the contest, that Costa had virtually KO'd him already. I think that he was just nice and cool, respective of his opponent, and he just let the other bloke keep on putting his foot in his mouth.
Right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left, he is fighting out of the red corner. He is entering the ring wearing camouflage trunks, originally from Washington, D.C., now fighting out of Tacoma Park, Maryland. He weighed in at a trim and ready 139 pounds with a record of 47 wins, 2 losses. He has 29 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 5th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, known as the Little Big Man, introducing Shambe Mitchell. And his opponent across the ring, ready to fight on my right in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks, originally from Sarov, Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at the super lightweight limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. In his 2nd reign as super lightweight champion, tonight he is making the 3rd defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, introducing Kostya Czyu.
Give me a good, clean fight. I'll obey my commands at all time. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm, all right? Touch him out.
Czyu is 6 pounds heavier, 5 pounds heavier, 150 to 145. Czyu in these solid black trunks. If there's any knock about him, at least people will say that he can start slow. He has a distinct style where he holds that left hand high, very quick as the hands, and that's the quickness of Shambe Mitchell.
He's faster than me. First of all, I need him to stop. I mean, when the target moves, it's harder to hit. When the target stopped, then it's my way to just slug him, wrestle him, but make him stop. Stop his movements, stop his plan.
Shambe very quick at his feet, showed the quickness there. Nice uppercut, sneaky uppercut by Shambe. Bounced the head back of Kostya Czyu. Now, while Kostya Czyu has been credited with beating a lot of named fighters, in reality, he beat a lot of guys who were slightly over the top when he fought him, namely Roger Mayweather, Hector Lopez, also Livingston Bramble, and Juan Laporte. So while he has a lot of named fighters in there, and down goes Shambe Mitchell, but they say it is a slip. Joe Cortez ruled out a slip. We'll have to see that in the replay to see why. He considered him off balance.
Stop.
Perhaps Shambe felt a bit of the power, but perhaps he was back on his heels and just was on his way back. I don't know. I'll have to see that on the replay to see exactly what happened. Minute to go here in round number 1. Czyu holds that left hand high, almost measures the guy with the left hand. Shambe clipped him inside. A lot of wrestling around in here. This is a tough fight. Joe says, hey, I don't want any pushing. I don't want any rough tactics. Shambe doesn't want to wait inside here. When he gets in here, he wants to hang on. Hits him with a left hand. Kostya gets clipped with a pretty good left hand. And then he pushes Shambe to the canvas. And again, Joe Cortez waves that off. This is going to be a tough fight. You can see that. Because Kostya, in reality, really hasn't faced anybody, in my opinion, with the skill and quickness of Shambe, which should make for what we're seeing a terrific fight to this point. Shambe gets clipped inside with that right uppercut. These are 2 tough guys, and they both want it. They both think they can win. In Shambe's mind, there's no way he can lose, and Kostya Czyu isn't even mentioned the word. He just knows he's going to break this guy down and knock him out. Hey, there's 10 seconds to go. How do you score this first round? Kostya showing some power, but Shambe showing the ability to elude the power shots of Kostya Czyu. I don't know. I think Mitchell may have outboxed him in the first round.
It wasn't really nice in the beginning because you need to wrestle a bit, you need to just grab him, you need to just pull him down if you need to. But eventually he stopped. When he stopped, he was mine.
Both of these guys realize they're in a war right now. This is only the second round, and this is a good fight.
Come in with that head, man. Put the hands up.
Now Costa wants to throw him off, he's hanging on.
It was an awkward fight because of the styles of matchup that Sean-Bay Mitchell was trying to move and he was trying to tie up Costa all the time. And it did look an ugly fight. And it did look like Costa was struggling, but really I just think it showed that Sean-Bay Mitchell was so intimidated by Costa's power, he was trying to do everything possible to tie him up.
But Costa's a guy who is known to start rather slow, and he really starts to show his power along about 5, 6, and 7. And Sean-Bay has got to maintain concentration like he's shown in the first 2 rounds, or Costa will begin to catch up with him. And it'll be a slow transition if it happens that way. At least that's what's happened in the previous fights. See, that combination by Kostya Tszyu, that's the way it usually starts, but sometimes it doesn't start till the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. But it started here now. Sean-Bay's got a, good job by Sean-Bay that time to stop him from scoring inside. This is round number 3, and again it's scheduled for 12 rounds. Most people don't think it's going to go the distance. I think whoever wins this fight's going to stop the other guy. Sean-Bay got caught that time with a sneaky right hand as Costa tapped him. Now notice the way Costa either measures with the left hand or he'll use it as a hook. And he's successful both ways. When he's measuring, he's looking to throw the right hand. But he's sneaky because just as you're looking for the right hand, all of a sudden you get clipped by the right side of your head by his left hand. Tough inside work here. Look at these guys. Sean-Bay slipped into his corner. Costa's jumped right on him. This guy's a warrior.
In amateur, you need to do fast everything, explode yourself, and be from first to the last second, win everything. Over here, you can lose 2 rounds, you can lose 3 rounds, you can lose even 4 rounds if you need to. But your plan eventually will work when he stops or when he gonna do what you want him to do. And that's what happened. Yes, I lost 2 rounds, but I did eventually, just for simple reason, to make him stop, to make him do what I want him to do.
Sean-Bay's legs don't look great to me right now either. Nice left hand by Sean-Bay Mitchell. He cracked him with a right. Sean-Bay nailed him with a right hand that got his attention. Loading up shots now with Sean-Bay Mitchell. Kostya Tszyu hangs on. He's banging with the left hand, and now Costa pushes him down. No change of expression on the face of Costa, but he felt the power that Sean-Bay does possess. He's the boxer, but he certainly has a certain amount of power. Don't forget, he's got 29 KOs and 47 victories. So in spite of the fact that his last 5 fights has gone 12 rounds, he's also going to have a dozen fights right before that he knocked guys out in the 1st round. But this is at a different level. Both of these guys want it bad. Costa looks kind of exhausted and he throws Sean-Bay to the canvas. If that left knee is bothering him, all of these tosses to the canvas and bouncing around that left knee is not helping him any. Joe Cortez is warning right now. He's calling timeout.
1 point.
He's taking a point off Kostya Tszyu.
1 point. 1 point. Rough tackle.
The crowd in attendance is noticeably as Tszyu crowded appears to be, in spite of the fact that Sean-Bay Mitchell is an American and Tszyu is Australian via Russia. The crowd seems very much in favor of Tszyu, and they don't like the fact that Joe took the point away.
Costa was deducted a point by the referee unfairly, I believe, because what Mitchell was doing is every time Costa got into punching range, he was trying to tie him up and bring his head down. And Costa was worried that I think that there was going to be a head clash there, and there would be some sort of cut which would affect the outcome. And he was just trying to protect himself. And once again, I just think Costa was just only reacting to the type of fight that Mitchell was actually bringing to the ring.
Aggressive here, landing shots. Boy, Joe Cortez doing a great job. This is a fight that could get out of hand, but he's right on top of him. Staying far enough back so he can see with the southpaw fighting the right-handed fighter. If they trip over each other in a couple of occasions, he's had to call slips where somebody too close could call a knockdown. Left hook lands by Kostya Tszyu. Costa gave a little smile there. That's like feeling it in your hands when you hit a guy really good. You get that good feeling in your shoulder. The fighters talking about that. This is a good round for Tszyu. I'm going to give this round to Kostya Tszyu. Costa needed that after losing the last round by the 10-8 margin I gave him. And look at this, right at the bell!
Great tactical fight for me. Tactically, that slag him, wrestle him, if you need to make him be awkward, make me be awkward for him. Of course, I'm awkward boxer. Someone saying that no one really can land the proper punch to me, and I can do. I've got good power in both hands. It's a good advantage as well as my speed when I need to be there.
Costa all business. He wants to land a powerful shot. When Jambé bends over, Costa pounds those ribs. Sneaky right hand that time. Comes with the uppercut. Jambé right in front of him this time. He's throwing. Jambé turned his back as Costa spun him a little bit because Costa would be afraid to throw the shot. You know, with the southpaw, he's trying to get Jambé when he spins that left shoulder backwards. He wants to hit that jab. That time it was a straight right hand down the middle, which is the textbook way to beat a southpaw. That's if the guy's in front of you. You know what else Zhu's doing nicely? He's sliding to his left, so as the southpaw circles, that's a slip too. As the southpaw circles trying to get his angle, instead of following him around, chasing the right shoulder, he's sliding to his left. That way he stays right in front of Jambé, and he can execute what he wants to. Both guys have landed shots in this round. That combination of punches, Zhu got the best of it. Both guys landed, but Zhu got the best of it. Big straight left hand to the body, a crashing shot with the left hand to the ribs of Kostya Tszyu. Costa right in front of him now. Jambé doesn't want to be here unless he's throwing. Right hand cracks the high cheek of Jambé. Left hook catches Jambé. Well, these clear blows could be the difference in our otherwise very close round. When you get clear shots like that, the judges have a tendency to go when they can't make up their mind with the fighter that landed a couple of clear shots. Judges don't like to score rounds even. Sometimes I do. Sometimes the difference in a round can be just that one punch. We're in the 6th round of a scheduled 12-round fight for the WBC and WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the world. This is the area where Kostya Tszyu in previous fights began to break guys down. Again, he pushes Jambé down. Joe Cortez has almost a disgusted look on his face because he's already taken a point away. And Joe really doesn't want to take any more points away from the guy, but he doesn't want him doing that either. Joe doesn't want to interfere with the flow of this fight. It's very close, and he realizes that. Jambé's bleeding from the mouth. He's got a cut up in the right side of his eye. Luckily for him, the inside shot by Kostya Tszyu. Remember, he can't get lazy or lose concentration, no matter what time it is in the ring. And it was the closing seconds in that case, or he's going to get hit if he's in front of this guy. That's a Tszyu round.
I just felt that the Costa's constant pressure would eventually break up Chamba. I was very confident. We had a little fella that came and sparred with us many years before, and he was one of the two guys that KO'd Chamba, and I always remember talking to him at length how, you know, he just waited, and then put the big ones on him, and it came. And he always told me that Chamba you could take him into that area where you can make him very vulnerable.
Here we are going to the 7th round, and now it's a one-point fight. I got Mitchell out in front by 1 point, and that's unofficial, of course. But it means that Tszyu is coming on.
All right, break!
And he doesn't do it dramatically. He just slowly turns the tide. And that's what you call slowly breaking your opponent down. And he does all kinds of things. He'll grab you, he'll throw you to the canvas. He'll lay his body weight on you. He clipped him with a good left hook that time. Straight right hand. Almost tripped him that time with the outstretched hook. Jambé makes him pay that time. And again he pushes him down. Jambé, when he feels him grabbing him, is just going down. I don't think it's a weakness of that left leg. I think he just, when he feels the pressure of his open hand, he just goes down. Now he appears that he may have hurt his leg. Jambé limping on that left leg.
What about the knee thing? To what extent do you think that actually contributed to Sharma's demise?
About the same as the broken eyelash that he had, you know, who cares? I mean to say it's someone come into our dressing room and had the audacity to bring that up, and, you know, I mean to say that's, once again, that I didn't take too kindly to that. It could be, well, it was just, I don't know if it was right or whether it was wrong, but most of the guys I know, they'd fight with one leg, never alone a sore knee.
Chambe nails him with a straight left hand and Costa hangs on and then throws him into the ropes. Well, he knows the tactics. He knows how to grab, spin. He knows how to use his body weight. And all that weight and all the times that Chambe's been thrown to the canvas, which is about 4 or 5 times so far, is taking a toll on that left knee of his. And now there's no doubt in my mind where I questioned it at the start of the fight where he really had trouble with it. I've seen them working on the leg in between rounds. Powerful shots landed by Costa. But the problem is, if Chambe is distracted by his left leg, he may lose concentration because he's right in front of Zhu right now, and that's not where you want to be when you fight Costa Zhu. Goes fishing downstairs to Chambe. Chambe looks almost arm-weary, looks very sloppy right now. A lot of that has to do with the legs. The legs and balance so much a part of every sport, but especially in boxing. And if his left leg is truly bothering him like it appears to be, Costa's just taking advantage of him in this round. Chambe works downstairs. Costa puts that elbow across his back and pushes down again. I don't know if Costa is aware of the fact that he's got problems with the left leg, but I'll tell you this, if he has any indication that he's got an injured left leg, or if he doesn't, he's done a great job to add to it, I'll tell you that. Chambe gets a light left through, trying to get his angle, tries to spin Costa. Chambe doesn't look terrific to me right now. Part of that is the breaking down tactics of Costa Zhu in the many ways that he does it. A very distressed look on the face of Chambe Mitchell. Chambe hasn't done enough to win the 7th round, which means Zhu has won it on my scorecard, and I've got this thing dead even. I've got it 66-66 after 7. But remember, in the 4th round, I had Mitchell winning 39-36. Let's listen.
Not in the eye. One more look. One more quick look.
How you doing, Chambe? Very firm on Chambe.
Work it out.
Please do my leg.
We're fine. What
Okay. Do my leg, please.
We're picking on this all night.
Chambe complaining about his leg is all I can pick up.
What's happening? I'm trying to get out the way. What's happening?
What do you want to do, champ?
I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it.
It's on you how you want to go.
What are you saying? I'm gonna stop it. I can't fucking move it. I'm gonna stop it. It's so numb.
Watch this. In the middle of the round, you'll see him start hobbling on the leg. Dr. Margaret Goodman is in there talking to Chambe right now. And she's saying something. It's all over. Chambe can't answer the bell. For the 8th round, Costa Zhu wins the title. I don't know what happened. Now all of a sudden, Chambe says, what happened? Why did they stop the fight? Is the expression I'm getting. But the important thing is Costa Zhu has unified the WBC and the WBA Super Lightweight Championships.
So were you surprised at the end of the 7th round when he didn't get up to answer the bell?
You know that, no, I can't say it's surprise or not surprise. You know what surprise was after fight when I heard that I'm the man, my con did not let me fight. And I heard on a replay, clearly they said I don't want to fight. And what this showing that he's weak, his weakness, that he just look to where weakness by his corner people, just let him, come on Chambe, stay here, you can't fight. And I'm not respect this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 7. On advice of the corner, a referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. Fighter unable to continue. Therefore, the winner by way of technical knockout. He is now the WBC and WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Kostya Czyu.
We were 2/3 of the equation with 1 to go, and we were getting closer. And you know, whether Costa fought again after that was irrelevant. He had achieved the status that was rightfully, rewarded for his efforts.
Of course, I want to fight and I want to win different way. It would be better if I would knock him out or even win on points. It would be better, but still it's a win. Win. You are holding 2 belts now. It's a great feeling to be. It's like already a nearly undisputed champion.
Costa, first of all, congratulations. Did you know prior to the fight that Shambe had complained about a possible knee injury?
No. I mean, you come to the ring, no excuses. If I come to the ring, I'll be half dead, but I'm supposed to fight. This is my priority. It's my belief.
Did you notice, and if so, when did you notice during the fight that he may have had trouble with his left leg?
His left leg, I didn't notice. When he fell down, I noticed there's something wrong. But it could be twist his ankle. I mean, it's a fight. Don't really. I've been fighting with broken hands or broken legs. Doesn't matter. You fight, you have to fight.
Did he hurt you at all tonight?
No, not at all. I haven't seen my face yet, but look okay, I believe.
For Kostya Czyu, the Holy Grail beckoned. The missing piece of the puzzle was the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship, the very title Kostya had lost to Vince Phillips in 1997. Guarding that precious belt was an incredibly talented, trash-talking young fighter from New York City. His name, Zab Judah.
Kostya's always enjoyed it when people talk about him. I think he feels that that there's a little bit of self-doubt. They try to use it to build themselves up. And of course, people who knew boxing realised that Zab Judah could fight. I'd been following Zab Judah since he made his professional debut, and he was a very, very good fighter. He was obviously a little bit inexperienced. He had the skills, but he just couldn't put the total package together yet. And I think just the way the gangster rap type mentality that Zab Judah and his team wanted to portray, that was their image, and that was the way they try to intimidate their opponents and try to intimidate Kostya, because Kostya doesn't have a big entourage. He doesn't have a very big team. He has a small group of loyal people who've been with him for a long time, and that's the way he likes it. He doesn't like big groups where like a Zab Judah would like to have 20, 30, 40, 50 people with him, and it's just a gang mentality rather than just as an individual sport.
He needs these people around him to just, come on, Zab, Zab, Zab. He's just hyping himself. But same time, he's the kid who not confident himself. That when he's alone, he's scared. Like a young kid don't know where to go. He need the mom to say, my little boy, everything is fine. And that's why he need people all the time around him. My singer, who sang my song, Larissa Dolina, is become good friends with. When she's singing the song and I walk in the ring and she said, I saw your eyes. I was scared. And this is the person just singing the song and she knows that nothing's gonna happen. She said, I saw your eyes and I was terrified. And I said, I was normal. I said, no, it's different. I can't tell what my eyes all about. I don't know. But she said, I said, what I'm doing here? I have to I completely block. I can't see, I can't hear these things. Feeling there. All my feelings is outside the ring. Over there, it's, the very high quality computer with a huge program determined in one direction to destroy this guy in front. That's all. Nothing else matter.
His undefeated record stands at 27 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing Zab Super Judah. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, originally from Sarov, Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at the limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 27 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, known as the Thunder from Down Under, introducing Kostya Czyu.
So early on in the piece, Zab Judah he underestimated Kostya Czyu. He fell for the same trap that everybody else has with Kostya Czyu, that they see him as a one-dimensional fighter, just a power hitter, a slugger. He didn't see the subtle variations that Kostya had added to his game since his first loss to Vince Phillips. He didn't see that he was a better fighter since then. And I just think Zab Judah was listening not only to himself, but all the people around him who just felt that he was so much better than Kostya Czyu.
All right, we're set to go. I asked Zab Judah, who is supremely confident, does he ever get nervous before fights? He said, no, Colonel. He said, I was born to fight. I'm not nervous. This is what I do. I love it. I asked Kostya Czyu the same question. He said, all I want to do is control the pace of the fight. He said, remember, that's not necessarily total offensive aggression. He said, I can control the pace with defense, too. So this guy is thinking real serious about winning this fight. All right, here we go, round number 1. Kostya Czyu wants to start fast, and he wants to pressure this guy. You see what I mean about him holding the hand high. Zab Judah will look for the opportunity. Notice that Zab is a southpaw. He jabs with his right hand. Shambe Mitchell, by the way, was a southpaw too, and Kostya Czyu had no trouble handling him. Kostya said also that Shambe Mitchell's hand speed is just as fast as Zab Judah's. But we'll find out how he handles the speed of Zab. Zab might be a little bit quicker on his feet than Shambe was. Shambe has quick hands, but Zab has the very quick feet as well. So there's the differences there. And this fight is about styles as Zab circles to his left. Both guys a little bit cautious in the opening going. Of course, this is scheduled for 12 rounds, a tremendous amount at stake. For Kostya, it vaults him not just in the world scene, but it vaults him into one of the greats of all time. And for this young Zab Judah, this is the definitive fight in his career. This is the one that tells that he can handle the best in the business. And he's wanted this fight for a long time. Wow, with that vicious uppercut that just whistled past the nose of Czyu. But that's the way Czyu talks about controlling with defense, just being outside the power of Zab Judah. There's the uppercut. That time it got through. It has Judah back on his heels. And Zab attacks. And Kostya Czyu ties him up. And so the best exchange of the fight, the punches have been landed by Zab Judah in round number 1.
I just felt that Zab Judah was always going to look good in the first few rounds. He was going to look fast. He was going to be flashy. He was going to be in and out and throwing punches, and it's what I expected. He did land what looked to be a very good uppercut, and the way that Kostya tried to avoid it, going backwards the ropes, it gave the impression to people at ringside and watching live on television that Kostya was in trouble, when really, if you look back on the tape, he probably wasn't hurt as badly as some people think. So I think a lot of the Kostya Czyu fans were feeling a little bit worried when they saw that happen.
I knew he's breakable mentally, that he can make mistake. That for me is a timing, because he's got good speed. For me, my timing was just to reach the distance where I can hit him.
Now Kostya, as you'll see, his cheeks, I suppose it's from the part of the former Soviet Union that he's from, has high cheekbones anyway, and they have a tendency to swell, but there's immediate swelling after the first couple of punches thrown by Zab Judah. Zab looked like he was tremendously powerful with those shots. He's just feeling his man out, trying to get angles. When he comes inside, he grabs on. And Jay Nady in his 47th world title bout saying, hey, keep your head up, Zab. Last thing you want in this fight is for any sort of a headbutt to ruin this fight, because a lot of anticipation coming with this one. Kostya looking to land the big right hand. Instead, Zab shows his quickness of his hands again. Look at these shots lined up by Zab Judah. He's after Kostya. Kostya able to hold him off. Touches him up with a left. Good, powerful left hand, wild with the right hand. It's considerably noticeable, the hand speed of Zab Judah in comparison to Costa. Costa, in order to hold this guy off, has got to land something powerful to get this guy back on his heels if he's going to be successful early. But so far, this is Zab Judah's round number 1, through 2.5 minutes of it anyway. So the southpaw has been able to land the more powerful shots in this round, in spite of the fact that Costa is considered the puncher. Costa Czyu, of course, to the right of your screen. Zab with the red trim in his black trunks. And here's Costa getting a shot thrown. All right. Just a few seconds to go now to end round number 1. And I think Zab Judah will get that in the 3 judges' scorecards.
In the first round, in the late minutes, I start shortening this distance, start getting shorter and shorter and shorter. End of the round, I caught him a couple of times, but that wasn't really heavy blows. Just entry to this.
All right, mate. Just to see what he's doing. He's banging on the left uppercut, mate.
At the end of the first round, I thought that, you know, being honest, you'd have to say Judah won the fight, but it was the round. And, no, but that's nothing. We had 11 to go, and we were certainly, we could have done another 20 if need be. But right near the end of that round, I got a buzz that Costa hurt him. And I think that my judgment was right, because the second round, it was a different Zab.
Right now, and you're talking about a fighter that's supremely confident anyway in Zab. He has tremendous impression of his ability. He knows the ability that he has, and he knows how to use it. Nothing wrong when you have confidence under control. And I asked him about that, and he said, yeah, I'm learning to control my confidence. He said, he's not a bad kid at all. I like Zab. He's a nice kid. Costa, of course, you know him down in Australia, a wonderful kid as well. These are 2 really nice guys, great athletes, and tremendous fighters. His Costa looking a little bit awkward going after Zab. Hasn't been able to land anything heavy yet, but Zab very quick on his feet. He doesn't want to feel the power. He'd rather avoid the power of Costa Czyu. That's the old Angelo Dundee. Hit and don't get hit. The great trainer Muhammad Ali and Ray Leonard. I want my fighters not to get hit.
He showed his weakness, mental weakness, where in the first round he gave nearly everything he could. Nothing happened. I mean, I'm still here, I'm still around, I still make a damage to him. And he wasn't prepared to stay in this focus for a long time. He was stressed as well. And he couldn't cope with this. He couldn't handle this pressure. And he said, okay, second round, relax. Don't relax with me.
Zab thinks that he has the power to knock this guy out inside of 6 rounds. Costa thinks that that's not going to happen, and that's what this fight's all about. And a prohibitive favorite here in Las Vegas, minus 360, meaning you're going to lay $360 on Zab Judah to win 100, and it's just about the opposite down in Australia, according to Ray Wheatley. This is round 2. Czyu has been headhunting most of the time, and you wonder if you should try and get some shots to the body, but I think what his fight plan is to make this guy feel his power, and he wants him to feel it to the head. He wants to get this guy back on his heels if he possibly can. And he's on top of him, but Zab is very, very quick. Good defensive tactics by him. He'd be better off to come back at an angle than straight back, but heck, he's in the middle of the fight, and you don't think about everything. He's doing just about things perfectly right now. Czyu forcing the second round a little bit more, and Zab fights when he feels like it. Look at the movement, side to side, off to his left and back to his right, skipping around, waiting for Costa to come in. Avoids the right-hand shot of Costa. Costa, with his eyes totally, he holds that hand. He kind of uses his left hand to measure a guy and then throws his right behind it. But he hasn't been able to land the right hand. A good chopping right that time. I say good in that he threw the punch well, but it didn't land. On the other hand, Judah really hasn't opened up at all here in the second round, and maybe the judges would give this round to Costa Czyu because Zab may not have done enough to win this round in the eyes of the judges. That's the way I would see this round anyway. I think Costa's been busier, I think he's thrown more, and I think he's landed more. Down goes Zab Judah, and he's really hurt. He's all over the place. The fight's all over. The fight is stopped. Jay Nady has stopped Kostya Tszyu in the place. Hit him with one shot and knocked him out. Zab Judah's not gonna like it. He was all over the place, falling all over the place, but Kostya Tszyu is the undisputed champion of the world.
It was perfect. Both shots was perfect. It wasn't really heavy. Say if he would move after second shot, just slightly front would be gone for a long time. He would never be able to just get up at all. He would be on the floor. Somehow, just in the way I hit him second time, he moved back. It means he just slowed down the power, but same time it still was plenty for him.
Ow, man! Calm down. It's a fucking big battle count, man. It's a big fight, man. I mean, let's stop it like that, man. Calm down. We have to fight it. Calm down. It ain't fucking count, yo.
He just young kid had the dream to become undisputed champion of the world, and this dream just flew away, just gone from it. He said, "It is mine," and it's gone. And that's the reason why he was upset on himself and on father and everyone around. He just a little kid who was father took the best toy, and he just screaming, and he just didn't know what to do. He just, when he come down a bit, probably he's understand he done wrong thing, but he can't don't want to admit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds in round number 2. Our referee in charge, Jay Nady, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is now the unified and undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, the Thunder from Down Under, Kostya Tszyu.
I still think that Zab is most probably maybe the heir apparent to Kostya's crown. I think that he rightfully is, I think, the number one legitimate challenger still. I think that one day it all depends on his behaviour and things like that, how disciplined he becomes. But I do believe that he will one day, only by doing the right thing out of the ring as much as inside the ring, that he will take over. But I don't think if I was handling Zab Judah, I would never want him to fight a bloke like Kostya Tszyu again.
What about winning in this manner? Is it satisfying to you to win like this?
When you fight for undisputed champion of the world, great opponent out in the second round, this is great result. And I believe why it's happened, because hours and hours and hours in preparation, dedication, motivation, just particularly for this particular moment. I really believe that this is my destiny, and it is my destiny.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the knockdown. You tell me what's going on here, Kostya.
You see its first right hand nearly comes through, and this is right on the chin. I've seen he's become a little lazy in the beginning. I've seen how he come in, and look at him. He's really, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. The referee done the right decision to stop the fight. Otherwise, he will be really hurt. And it's not necessary to do. We are humans, and this is the life after boxing. And he's a young kid and still got some future for himself.
What does it mean to you to be the undisputed 140-pound champion of the world?
I become history in Australia, definitely, in Russia, definitely. And for a long time, we never had the super lightweight champion of the world in this division. And I'm here again, and I put myself in best pound-for-pound boxers in the world right now, because I am one of the three who has got all three belts.
The way that this fight ended, the controversy that's going to come out of this, will you give him a rematch? And